Hello, Master Robots. Today I'll be explaining the multiplications of sword using the example on the board. Particularly, there are 4 examples there on the board. So I'll be solving one after the other, each of them. So if you've not subscribed to my channel, I'm saying please click on that subscription button and turn on the notification so that you can get great content like this whenever I upload any of my content. So let's get to it. Now, the multiplications of sword, particularly those in bracket, are just like the multiplications that we did in algebraic identities. That's the first bracket multiplies the second bracket. That's the idea we're going to use here. But the ones without bracket are direct multiplications. So let's start with number 1. So number one is root 6 multiplied by 2 root 5 multiplied by the root of 30. So this, I said, is a direct multiplication. Root 6 multiplied by root 5 gives us 2 root 6 multiplied by 5 in a root times our root of what? 30. Okay, so this is what we have now. Root 6 multiplied by 5. Root 6 multiplied by 5 is what? 30. So this is now 2 root 30 times the root of what? 30. Okay, so root 30 multiplied by root 30 is the root of 900. So we have 2 roots 900. Now the root of 900 is same thing as what? 100 multiplied by 9. So we now have 2 root of what? 100 multiplied by 9. Now if we split 100 from 9, we now have a separate root. For the two of them, we have the root of 100 multiplied by the root of what? 9. Now the root of 100 is 10 and the root of 9 is what? 3. So this now becomes 2 times what? 10 times 3. And 2 times 10 times 3 is equal to what? 60. So finally our answer is what? 60. So 60 here is our answer. Okay, so let's go straight to solving the second question. Now question number 2. Question number 2 is multiplications of sword with bracket. So we have 2 here in bracket and plus 3 roots 5, close bracket, open bracket, 6 minus 2 root 5, close bracket. So this, what we are going to do here is to use the first bracket to multiply the second bracket, and this goes like this. 2 here multiplies everything in this bracket, plus 3 root 5 multiplies everything in this bracket. So this now implies 2. Open bracket, we have 6 minus 2 root 5, close bracket. So I'm through with 2. I will now go straight to what? 3 root 5. So I have plus 3 root 5, 3 root 5, open bracket. Everything in the second bracket. This 6 minus 2 root 5, close bracket. Okay. Now 2 multiplied by 6 here is what? Is 12. Minus 2 multiplied by 2 here is what? 4. So these 2 cannot multiply what is inside the root. 2 cannot multiply what is inside the root. So we leave the roots like that. So this is root what? 5 plus. Now 3 multiplies, the 3 that is outside multiplies this 6 here. We have 18 root 5 minus the 3 here multiplies this 2 here, and 5 here multiplies 5 here. We now have, that's 3 times 2 is what? 6. So we have 5 times 5 inside the root, because we have a root of 5 multiplying another root of what? 5. Okay, so this implies this is 12 minus 4 root 5 plus 18 root 5 minus 6. Now, 5 times 5 is what? 25. The root of 25 is what? 5. So we have times 5 here. Okay. Now, let's look at the middle. We have root 5 here, root 5 here, right? So they have the same form. So we can equally say minus 4 plus 18. Minus 4 plus 18 is what? 14. So we have 12 plus 14 root 5 minus this 6 times 5 is what? 30. So finally we now have if I rearrange this is what? Plus 12 here. I add that plus 12 to this one. I now have what? That finally we now have 14 root 5 minus 30 plus 12, which is equal to, I just rearranged it, took this 12 down there, and we have this. So finally our answer is 14 root 5 minus 18. So this is our answer. So I'll write it up here. This is what? This is now equal to 14 root 5 minus 18. That's the answer there. Okay, so we have solved the first two questions successfully. You can see I said use the first bracket to multiply the second bracket. Now I'm going to clean this, and I will clean the first two that we saw. Number 3 now. Number 3. Solution. So same thing applies to what? Number 3. The first bracket multiplies everything in the second bracket, and we have 2 root 3 multiplies everything in this bracket, which is 3 root 2 plus root 3 close bracket, and here is minus root 3 open bracket 3 root 2 plus the root of 3 close bracket. Okay, now this 2 root 3 multiplies 3 root 2. Now 2 here multiplies 3 here, gives us what? 6. Root 3 multiplies root 2, gives us what? The root of 3 times 2 plus root 2. There's nothing outside this one, so we have root 3. 2 root 3 multiplies root 3. Here we have 2 with the root of 3 times 3. So we're through with this minus. Now root 3 here multiplies what we have here is 3, the root of 3 times 2, because we have root 3 here and root 2 here, and minus times plus is minus, so I'm writing minus there. So we have the root of what? 3 times 3. Okay, so this is 6 root 6. 2 times 3 is 6 plus 3 times 3 is 9. So we have 2 the root of 9 minus 2 times 3 is 6. So we have 3 with the root of what? 6. 3 times 3 is 9. So we have root 9 there. Okay, so this is what? 6 root 6 plus, now root 9 is 3, so we have 2 times 3 minus, we cannot get root 6, so we just leave root 6 minus, this is what? Root, this is 3. Okay, so finally we have 6 root 6 plus 2 times 3 is what? 6 minus 3 root 6 minus 3. Okay, so the whole thing is coming together, right? We have a root 6 here, root 6 here. So let's bring the ones with root 6 together. So we have 6 root 6 minus 3 root 6 plus 6 minus 3. So we can put this in bracket and collect and bring out what? Root 6. So this is now what? 6 minus 3 in the bracket, and we have root 6 outside the bracket, plus, now this is what? 3. We finally have that what? This is what? 6 minus 3 is what? Is 3. So this is 3 root 6 plus 3. So you can leave this as your final answer, or you say if you factor out 3, you are left with what? Root 6 plus what? 1 inside a bracket as your final answer. So the answer to this question is 3 root 6 minus 3. So that's the answer to that question. So let's finally solve the last question. So the last question here is 2 root x minus the root of 4x minus 11 equal to 1. So what we are going to do here is to square both sides. That's the first thing we are going to do here. So I'm going to write it. Square both sides. Square both sides. So we now have open brackets 2 root x minus the big root of 4x minus 11 square to be equal to 1 square. So this is just like this bracket multiplying itself, right? So what we are going to do is same process. The first term here multiplies everything in the bracket, while the second term also multiplies everything in the bracket. So we have 2 root x multiplying the first bracket now. So I didn't write it because of space. Minus the root of 4x minus 11 close bracket, and minus the second term now. 4x minus 11 multiplies everything in the bracket. 2 root x minus the root of 4x minus 11. So that is 11, please. Space. Okay. Now, 2 here multiplies 2 here. We have what? 4. Now, x multiplies x. It's going to be x squared, right? So the root cancels. So we have 4x. Now, 2 multiplies, there's nothing outside here. So we have 2x multiplies everything. Now, this x multiplies everything inside this bracket. So we're going to have 2 with the root of 4x squared, because there's an x here. So this x multiplies this x is x squared. And x multiplies 11. So we have minus 11x. So we're through with this bracket. This one now, minus. Now, this multiplies this. So 2 here is just basically the same thing. X multiplies everything in this bracket, and we have 2 root 4x squared minus 11x. Now, we have roots. We have roots 4x minus 11 and multiplying roots 4x minus 11. So the sign is minus minus, changes to plus. Now, the root cancels. This is the reason. This is the reason. You have root x multiplying root x. So it's the same thing as what? The root of what? X squared. So this square cancels this square. Finally, your answer is what? X. So this is basically the reason. So our answer is now 4x minus what? 11. Finally equal to what? 1 from the question. 1 square is what? 1. Okay. Now, this is what? 2 minus 2 root 4x squared minus what? 11. Same thing, minus 2 4. So this increases to what? Minus 4. Minus 4, the root of 4x squared minus what? 11. So we have 4x minus 4, the root of 4x squared minus 11x plus 4x minus 11 to be equal to what? 1. Okay. Now at this point, we can regroup. So we have 4x here, we have 4x here, and we have what? Minus 11. We can take minus 11 to the other side. So this now becomes 4x 4x plus 4x is what? 8x. So this is 8x minus 4 with the root of what? 4x squared minus 11x to be equal to what? If minus 11 goes to the other side, it becomes what? 11 plus 1. Now 11 plus 1 is 12. So I'm going to write 12 here. Okay? So if we divide both sides, if we divide all sides by 4, we are going to have 4 here, all this divided by 4 here, and this divided by 4. So we are going to have what? 2x minus the root of 4x squared minus 11x to be equal to what? 3. Okay? So the next thing is what? Is to take this to the other side. So if we take 2 to the other side, we're having minus root 4x squared minus 11x to be equal to what? 3 minus 2x. 3 minus 2x. Okay? So at this point, I'm going to clean what we have up there so that we can continue solving this question. Okay? So if we multiply both sides, by minus 1, we are going to get this. The root of 4x squared minus 11x to be equal to minus 1 multiplied by minus root 4x squared. So minus times minus is plus, so this is now plus. Minus times this plus here gives us what? Minus 3. And minus times this minus here gives us what? Plus 2x. Okay? So we can equally rearrange. So if we rearrange this, we now have 4x squared minus 11x to be equal to what? 2x minus 3. Beautiful. At this point, we want square both sides again. Square both sides. Finally. Square both sides. And we have open bracket 4x squared minus 11x to be equal to 2x minus what? 3. Or in square, this square. So this square cancels this square, and we have 4x squared minus 11x to be equal to what? Now, this is going to be what? 2 brackets, just like this, of 2x minus what? 3, multiplying 2x minus what? 3. So this is now 4x squared minus 11x to be equal to 2x multiplies 2x, we have what? 4x squared. Now 2x multiplies minus this minus 3, we have what? Minus 6x. Minus 3 multiplies 2x, we have minus 6x. Minus 3 multiplies minus 3, we have plus 9. Okay, so this is now what? 4x squared minus what? X to be equal to what? 4x squared minus 12x plus 9. So if 4x crosses the equality sign, we have 4x squared minus 4x squared to be equal to, we have a minus x minus 11x minus 12x crosses the equality sign, minus 12x plus 12x to be equal to what? 9. So these two goes, and we have minus 11x plus 12x is equal to x. So we have x to be equal to what? 9. So 9 is our final answer. 9 is our final answer. And if you recall the question, if you remember the question was something like this: 2 root x minus the root of 4x minus 11 to be equal to 1. So if you put 9 here, right? If you put a 9 here, you get root 9. The root of 9 is what? 3. The root of 9 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. So that means we have 6 here. Now, 9 times 4 is what? 36. 36 minus 11 is what? 25. The root of 25 is 5. So this is just like saying 6 minus 5, which is equal to what? 1. Thank you for watching.